Okay, now we are going to integrate our chatbot with ChatGPT, right? So we have scrapped our website and then we got our content and we have a user interface to get the user query. Now it's time to call the ChatGPT with this website content and the user query and to make a response, right? So I have a separate file called chat module, right? So this is a chat. So I'm using a request library. I'm not using OpenAI Python library, or we call that as a Python SDK. We are not using that. Instead, I'm directly calling their API to get the response for our user input. So to use a chat GPT, we need two things. One is their API key, other one is prompt. So prompting is nothing but giving a clear instruction what to do, right? And then API key is a permission. So you can get the permission API key from their website called platform.openai. So you can get the so from there here you can get your API key. Okay, so you can get the API key from that and put that API key in .env file, right? With this particular, so it should be like open API key equal to the whatever the key you copied from the website and put it here. This .env library will read the content from that file and put it in the environmental variable. Okay, so you need these two things, prompt and open key. Okay, now we have this class chatbot, and then in the constructor we have just initialized the website URL. We are not doing anything with this. Instead, we are concerned about this particular method because this is the method which connects with OpenAI and gets the generates the response. Okay, in the first stuff, I'm going to mention the instructions. Okay, what is the prompt here? Based on the provided content, generate detailed and informative response to the user query. So we can also tell that you are a customer representative chatbot. You are a customer representative chatbot. Okay. So you can also add a you are tasked with providing a customer support. Okay, so based on the provided input, generate detailed and informative response to the user query. Ensure the response is relevant and directly address the user question. Okay, so we can mention this way. Okay, for each instruction, we are putting in the new line. Generate response in less than 40 words. Okay. Always answer the question within the context of the business and the information provided below. Okay. Information provided below is nothing but the content. Okay. The contact, whatever content we have. So here, what I'm doing instead of sending a contact into this function, what I'm doing, I'm directly opening that file here, directly opening the file. Okay, yeah, because anyway we are storing the scrapped content in this particular file. So reading that file in here and then sending the user query. So now we have our prompt ready, and then this is what our API requires. So using this chat completion API, right? In the header, I am sending the API key, right? In the format prescribed. So how do I get this? So if you are interested in ChatGPT SDK, you can read that documentation. So if you go to their OpenAI. Okay. So whatever, if you go to the documentations, you will get like you can also see view code. Okay, you can also see view code, or you can go to the documentations. Okay, so here they have mentioned all the cases. So we are interested in the chat completion API. So they mentioned a post call. Okay, so from this you can get this. Okay, in the JSON, this is where we are sending the prompt model which we are using. There are different models available, but GPT-4 Turbo is generating a acceptable and relevant results. So if you are interested, we can try with GPT 3.5. They have different models. Okay, and maximum words this is API call can generate up to 4,000 or 4,100 words. Okay, so this in the message we are sending our prompt. Okay, this we are sending the prompt, right? And then we are getting our response in JSON. In that response, we have to parse the response so that we'll get our generator response. So in the response, there must be a key called choices. And then in that choice, the first element we are taking, which is again an object, we are getting a message and content. So if you want, we can see that also here. Okay. And then if there is any issues in that, we are sending no response from OpenAI. Okay. So we have our app already running here. Okay. So we have our content. Let's say, what do you guys do? Sending this information. So now, okay, this is the response we got from the ChatGPT. As I said, inside choices, first element in that message, in that content. Okay, this is the content here. At the science, we are specialized in custom software solution. Okay, okay. Now, how long does you guys take to deliver MVP? Okay, you can see our previous histories here. Okay, I'm asking what would be the cost of it, that. Okay, so they said, so here I mentioned that as in this MVP. Okay, so but the chat DPT, we did not provide the context or the history, conversation history to the chat GPT. It could not understand it. So now what we are going to do is we are going to change this prompt to in order to send the history of the conversations. Okay, here I'm going to add conversation history. Okay, this we already have this. All right, I'm just going to send this conversation history to the bot. So this is where we are getting a bot response. I'm going to send here a conversation history. Okay, so conversation history is here, but this conversation history we need to parse for each and okay, so I'm adding this logic here. Okay, and then the history text. Now the system or the ChatGPT knows what happened so far with the user. Okay, so now we go back to here. Now we will rerun our application. Okay, let's see. Science.in submit. We'll just have as a question. We ask the same question again. Okay, what do you guys do? Okay, send that information. Okay, and how long does you take to deliver MVP? I'm just asking the same question. Okay, Now instead of MVP, I'm going to put that or that. How would much would that cost? Okay. Now, since it is aware of the conversation history, now you can see adversaries the average cost of for developing a MVP is $5,000. So this is what the contextual conversation. So what we are doing is we are just sending the history, conversation history under it. So now it knows, okay, that refers to this MVP, right? This is what contextual conversation. Okay, thank you.